NASA is laying out a brand new plan to do what no nation has ever done, build a permanent human base on the moon. This week, the agency announced the first 3 moon-based missions, all targeted for later this year. So the goal here is to build up infrastructure and reducing risk before future astronaut landings. But NASA Administrator Jud Ready says that this is still a massive leap into the unknown.
For all we hope to accomplish in this endeavor, what we are embarking upon is extremely challenging, and we know so little from what is a combined 80 hours of lunar astronaut EVA time across the Apollo missions, and that was more than a half-century ago.
Let's welcome in this Friday morning and welcome back Professor Jud Ready, Executive Director of Georgia Tech Space Research Institute. This is all exciting. Still a lot of questions though, Jud. So when you hear about this big announcement, what part of this makes you say, yes, it's ambitious, but it's also possible?
Yeah, thanks for having us on again, Jonathan. It's ambitious because we're doing dozens and dozens of launches to build up the mass of a moon base and things to support it. But it's doable because we've had a half century of kind of preparing to have these moon bases. I was 2 years old, not even 2 years old, the last time we touched foot on the moon. So it's exciting to me personally to see that a lifelong ambition is being fulfilled by others.
Yeah, a lot of people looking forward to what may come. So what is the most exciting or perhaps most important scientific question a moon base could help answer?
Whether we can live off this planet and live off the land there, get the water and the oxygen out of the regolith, which is the dirt on the moon, to breathe and utilize that for growing plants, because we can't constantly be bringing it back and forth from Earth. We're going to have to recycle as well.
Okay, so part of NASA's moon-based vision is sending drones. So for people who are watching this morning, how would a lunar drone even work without the Earth-like air that we're used to?
Sure, we use rocket propulsion in outer space, either electric propulsion or chemical propulsion that we see regularly. And these drones are just smaller spacecraft, and there's a relatively small gravitational field around the moon. There are some challenges in that it's not quite uniform, but that'll allow us to hopscotch around the moon, put orbiters around the moon, robots that drive across the moon, those types of unmanned systems. A lot of emphasis is placed on the human aspect, but the unmanned aspects will be what really help us achieve this goal.
All right, so Jud, these first missions, I'm curious, are they more about the science or perhaps about proving the construction and all the tedious logistics can actually work?
Yeah, so we got 3 missions this year, 3 different unmanned missions. Were just signed by NASA, one by Blue Origin, one by Astrobotic, and one by Intuitive Machines. Georgia Tech actually has research on that Intuitive Machines one. We're testing solar cells that were made here in Georgia. And that will show that we can demonstrate power generation. The challenge with the moon is the night. The lunar night is 2 weeks long, 14 days. So it's dark and cold. So you have to have batteries that can survive through that period of time. That's the key challenge that I look forward to overcoming.
So what do you think we still don't understand about operating on the lunar surface? Because it's been since 1972 since we've had someone on the surface.
Yeah, everything. We don't know what we don't know. We do know things like the lunar regolith itself is not like sand at the beach and pleasant and round. It's actually like microscopic shards of glass. So it cuts the spacesuits, just gets everywhere. It's electrostatically charged because the solar wind's been hitting it for thousands, millions of years. So it sticks to everything. So a lot of stuff. Those 80 hours showed us that the regolith is a huge, huge issue, but it's a huge resource, right? That's where we can get the water, the oxygen, the aluminum, if we want to make wires, the iron, if we want to build larger structures.
All right, so Jud, real quick before you go, got about 20 seconds. If this all succeeds, what does it change in the next 10 to 20 years, do you think, when it comes to space flight?
Regular access to the moon would be just completely amazing. That's totally science fiction as far as I'm concerned, but achievable. It would allow us to begin to think about other places, Mars, for instance.
All right, Professor Jud Ready, always good to have you on. We'll be talking back with you, I'm sure, a lot over the next few months. Thanks so much.